Hello, my name is Johan Safford and I'm doing a Sunday message series of Jesus, the King of the Jews, based on the Gospel of Matthew, where he takes Jesus' life. He takes scriptures out of the Old Testament, prophecies, mentions, and then it shows how Jesus fulfilled it in his life by his teachings, his life, his words, and so forth. And we look a bit at the context, and then we also look at the scripture where it's mentioned in Matthew and also where it's mentioned in Isaiah or in the Old Testament. I said Isaiah because today's scripture is from Isaiah. And then we see how Jesus fulfilled it and what is the context around it. So let's quickly read the two scriptures or the passages. Matthew 15, 17, 7 to 9. 15, 7 to 9. You're hypocrites. Well, did Isaiah prophesy of you when he said, the people honor with their lips, but their heart is far from me. In vain do they worship me, teaching as doctrines the commandments of men. And let's read in Isaiah 29 verse 13. And the Lord said, because the people draw near with the mouth and honor me with their lips, while their hearts are far from me, and the fear of me is a commandment taught by men. So where is it mentioned? What is the context? The disciples, even in their own culture, broke a rule of the Israelites. They didn't wash their hands before they ate the food. And they were corrected by it by the Pharisees. And then Jesus said that, first of all, I truly believe that the moment you get into a culture, you must respect the culture. If the culture if the laws of the world of that culture say you must do something, and you know the rules, you must do it. But then Jesus used this opportunity because when Jesus came so that was wrong. But Jesus then used it for opportunity for what you might be able to tell is, in a sense, the greater good, because he decided to tell, because when he came to Israel as God on earth, he came different than what people expected him to be. They expect him to be like Caesar, like Alexander the Great, a man who will come and conquer set Israel free from the current people who had a hold on Israel, the Romans. We can read it in there was Romans with the crucifixion of Pilate. Pontius Pilate was Roman. There was also Roman soldiers. In Luke, with the birth of Jesus, they mention Caesar, who wants to count the people. It's all Roman rulers. So the Jews were expecting a ruler who will come and conquer the world. And then Jesus came with a kingdom who's in our hearts and around us, and one day we will go up to heaven. And people struggle to see change. So Jesus was, even though it was misunderstood then, we can look at it today and say, he was trying to explain that in our hearts, we can't just say, we are a Christian, we are good, it must be living within us. Our actions must show it. God must be in us. And God used it, and it was seen as a bashing against the Pharisees, some of the rulers in that age of the Israelites. And you can easily see how it happened. But today we can look at it and understand that we can't just say we are Christian, we are legal, we are everything. We must show it, we must live it out every day of our lives, and then it's beautiful. And that is today's message. See you next Sunday.